Good evening, everyone. Okay, so I've just been baptized with a new name, and he said good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I think I understand the state that he's in since he's been busy the whole day. So first and foremost, I want to thank and recognize Livingston and Philip Pandey and the whole team for the great work that you have been doing over the years for the society of this country. And first and foremost, can we just give them all a proper round of applause? It's indeed a great pleasure for me to be here for more reasons than one. And I want to probably give some background as to what 4BM is, which is Forgotten Bottom Millions. So just in a sentence, what we do is we ensure that Kenyans across all the 47 counties at the bottom of the pyramid get access to socio-economic opportunities, whether they are jobs, whether it is fully funded, fully verified scholarships, whether it is training opportunities, whether it's access to grants or access to remote jobs also, and also access to free reading materials. This is both books and magazines, which we do over our various social media platforms. We are you okay with this mic? Great, good. We are the largest and the most trusted social media platform in this country. We are present in all the 47 counties, and our record for this year, if I may just give a few stats here and there, is that over 300 people locally have gotten jobs through us, and we do this through what we call, these are people who have actually come back to us and have recognized that they did get work opportunities through us. We know there are very many more, and for us, ours is not a place where we try to keep track of how many people have gotten or have succeeded in getting the opportunities, but it's really to fulfill that need that is so dire and is so desperately needed by people in this country. Interestingly enough, in this very same auditorium, I actually have two of our members who are here. One of your MCs, who officially goes by the name of Ronnie Ochoro, but who we call Jaramogi, hosts our Tuesday Safe Spaces meeting, which is for young people, where they can engage and discuss their issues at their level. Mental health is something which is very prevalent within the society, and amongst other things. And every Thursday, we also have another session called Knowledge Thursday, where we call in different experts who come in and speak about different interesting or different needs that young people may have, especially when you're looking for careers or looking for jobs or trying to advance yourself in terms of your studies. So I'm very proud to say that we've got people studying all around the world, whether it's bachelor's degree or master's or PhD, on fully funded, and I'll repeat that again, on fully funded scholarships where nobody is paying a penny for the places at where they're studying, and this is all around the world. Some of them are in China, some of them are in Taiwan, some are in Canada, some are in Sweden, some in the United States of America, and I could go on and on and on. Next year, we have 11 families who are relocating to Sweden, and they are going there as Python engineers. And these are people also who got these opportunities through us, again, at no cost. We do not charge a single fee for anybody, and we do not broker any information. So for example, if company X, like the company from Sweden who got in touch with us, told us that they're looking for a number of Python engineers, what we did is that we made the post, took the email address for the company, and put it there. So as an individual, you write directly to the company and there's nobody brokering anything in between. So that is some of the things that we do. We're also excited that about 3 weeks ago, the Austrian embassy had invited me over and a number of people, and the Austrian embassy then gave us as 4BM the opportunity to also help them recruit both people who can go and work in Austria in the field of IT and also can work remotely from here in the field of IT. So again, that's another example of some of the things that we have done this year. Remote work. Every single week on our LinkedIn page, we advertise and we place remote job opportunities where Kenyans are eligible for. So these are not the kind of jobs which, if, for example, you went to Google right now and you try to Google remote jobs, they'll probably tell you that if you're not in our geography, we cannot work for us. But the remote jobs that we have are for people within our geographies. Some proof of how well or how we have done. Our project manager, who worked with us for just about a year, was actually poached from within our offices and is now working remotely for a company in the US. There is no way we could match the salary of what they offered him because what they offered him is 4 times more than what we pay him. But we're very proud that he was actually poached from within us, and the way they found him was from his LinkedIn page. So for the young people here, I'm a straight shooter. Get off your TikTok, get off all that nonsense and go straight to LinkedIn, okay? Let me tell you as it is. TikTok has nothing to do with you. TikTok has got everything to do with the Chinese company and with their interests. Their interest is not for you. So when you're thinking of TikToking, what you're doing is you're helping them, and there's actually nothing in it for you that's happening. One of the things also that I'll tell you is that if anybody is thinking of how you can come on board and how you can join us, if you just Google the letter 4, then and then the number 4, and then the letter B and M, just 4BM Africa. Just click on it, you'll find us, and you can be able to join any of our WhatsApp groups. Now, I want to tell you something, and this is now the most important part of what I'm going to say coming next. Half of you have got no idea who you are and what you represent. Is Dr. Fue still here? I think he's left. Okay, great. I wanted to find out what country Dr. Fue is from, but I'm going to tell you one thing why he's here. And it's interesting. So you probably know that a lot of the big multinationals and multi-corporations are actually based here, especially in the IT industry. So Luna has come to work from Nairobi. Dr. Fue, from his accent, I'm assuming he's from West Africa, I'm assuming he's from Nigeria, but he's picked Kenya. Let's park that for the time being. Microsoft, Google, any company where their main ingredient is human resource is based here. But let me just turn a bit aside so that I can explain that a bit better to you all. So if any of one of you today wanted to have a gold refining company, which country would you locate it in? It's not a trick question. Yeah? I said the young man. Hey, so you know what to say? Oh, okay, no problem. Yes? Which country? Canada, yes? SA. Why SA? They mine gold, isn't it? Fine, great. So this is the very same thing. The main ingredient for Google, the main ingredient for Microsoft, the main ingredient for StanChart that has the African headquarters based here in Kenya is human capital and human resource. What you guys do not know in this room is that Kenya has the best human capital and human resource on this continent. And that's why they're here. So, don't let anybody cheat you and take your birthright away from you. You're also brilliant. By the time you're sitting in this room, there's a reason why you're here. So I want you all from today, and it's interesting, a couple of months ago, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, Google and Microsoft made a big raid, and they raided Safaricom. They raided the talent from Safaricom, the workers at Safaricom. And the pay that they gave to the workers. Okay, so first of all, how many of you here would like to work with Safaricom? How many would like to work with Safaricom? By a show of hands. Great. And what's the reason? Yeah, I think someone said pay, isn't it? They pay well, isn't it? So guess what? The Googles and the Microsofts came and paid 4 to 5 times more than what the employees at Safaricom are earning. But then, my biggest problem and my biggest concern is that for you who are sitting in this room, we must give you the skills so that we can be forming more Lunas that must go head to head with the Safaricoms, with the Huaweis, with the Googles. Because the things that you're enjoying, and I kid you not, a lot of the things that you may be enjoying on the gadgets that you use or within the work that you do, if you do a proper analysis behind, you'll find there's a Kenyan somewhere behind it. Tesla. Do you guys know Tesla? Of course, yes. Elon Musk has been all over the media for every other reason. So his company, Tesla, for a very long time, his head of research and engineering was a Kenyan. Did you know that? Oh, yes, good, you knew that. And he left, and now he's formed his own company. But that is who we are as a people and as a nation. So as Forgotten Pot Millions and as 4BM, we are there to ensure that those who ordinarily would not be sitting in a room like yourselves here get access to these opportunities, and they must inform and become the next Microsofts and the next Googles that run the world, because that is who we are as a people, and it cannot be taken away from us. So I said earlier on, we have continued to provide a lot of free resources. Like, does anybody here, reads Harvard Business Review? Time Magazine? Okay, let me go to the other side. Good Housekeeping? Mary Claire? Yes, I'm just getting, yes, isn't it? I mean, I think, okay, so my point is that all these magazines that I'm mentioning, we provide them for free without anybody paying a penny. And why we do this? Because what you read informs how you think. And we're hoping that somewhere, somebody in a village in Kapenguria, somebody in a village in Kitale, somebody in a village in Lamu may come across some of the reading materials that we have, and that may spark the idea that can help her or him become the next big thing within the world. So as Kenyans, we cannot and we must never, ever be lied to that we are second best to anyone across the world. We're actually the best. I kid you not, if there's any international conference right now happening anywhere in the world, any city, be it Rio de Janeiro, be it Tokyo in Japan, be it in Zurich in Switzerland, if there's an international conference happening, there's a Kenyan on that stage speaking. It's a fact. I'm speaking facts. So young people, this is who you are. And you can never be anything less than that. And you cannot say, we do not know where to go and get help from. Already, Corporate Career Academy has opened up some of the doors. As 4BM, we've got exhaustive information which is open and free to you. So my big question is, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? when I stand up here right now and I look into this room, the other thing that I want to tell you is don't be too quick as young people also. Don't be in a rush and say that, oh my goodness, I just wish I could sit in the room and probably speak to CS so-and-so, or if I could meet, the ambassador of so-and-so and etc. No. The most important thing you must do right now, and I want you to look at the person who's on your left side, turn and look. The person on your right side, treat them properly and treat them well. And I'll tell you why. Because 10, 12 years from today, they are going to be that CS, that PS, that ambassador. Invest your time well. Stop disregarding your peers and the people around you. Because, and then, by the way, and be very careful of things you do right now. Because unfortunately, we don't forget. Do you remember when you're in high school, for those of you a bit older, the people who used to do all those things, that sticks in your mind forever. It never changes. It never changes. So how you carry yourself right now is extremely important. But I think my takeaway for you today is to know that the resources that you need, in fact, we've got plenty of online resources where you can learn from and where you can actually increase your skills from. Let me tell you, Kenya, every year, I think we only produce about 30,000 university graduates. Do you know how many graduates China produces in a year? Because your competition is global. So don't think that the person sitting next to you is your competition. China produces 8.3 million graduates in a year. So if you're still thinking that the person sitting next to you is the person you're competing with, those Chinese are here. Are they here or not? Yes, exactly. But the skills that you need to beat them, we have them. The biggest movies in the world. Do you remember Avatar? The very first Avatar series? Many of you may not know, the scenes that you would see in some of the Avatar series were from the Ngong Hills and also from Turkana. Because one of the biggest creative directors that works on it is actually a Kenyan. That is who we are, and that is who you are. But nobody ever tells you this. I am demanding a lot from each and every single one of you seated in this room. And I demand that because in as much as you may complain about our education system and what it is and everything else, there's many things about it that are good that have and continue to ensure that we are churning out some of the best brains in the whole world. I have traveled, and a lot of you have traveled, to a lot of African universities, and rightfully speaking, I will not say that because any of the African universities, and rightfully speaking, for the record, like the universities in South Africa, were built on free labor. Yes, of course. I mean, the economy of South Africa, all the infrastructure that you see, all the beautiful universities, whether it's Cape Town, whether it's WITS, or whatever it is that you love to speak about, was built on free labor. I just edited my words, can do that. I mean, if I told you that people would work for you for free and you didn't pay them, you could build that. So I'm very proud about the things that we have done as this country and the institutions that we have put up. Yes, we've had our problems, but look at the auditorium we're sitting in right now. Yes, contributed by the Shandaria Center, but from the money from this economy, but from money that is rightfully made. So, is anything free? No, it's not free. If it's free, be careful. Be very careful. If it comes too quickly and too fast, it'll also go very quickly and very fast. So stop being in a rush. And mental health is a very serious thing. I'm sure a lot of you younger people know about Twitch. You know about Twitch and what happened? Would any of you, okay, so does everybody know who Twitch is in the room so they're all together? You know who Twitch is? Great. So we're all together about Twitch. And I'm bringing Twitch up because that's very, very important. How many of you in this room would have loved to have had Twitch's life? Let's be honest, just put up your hands. Put up your hands. You wouldn't have? To have worked for Ellen DeGeneres as her DJ, to have had so many Twitter followers and to be seen by the whole world. That's what you think is life, isn't it? Oh no, but there's so much behind it. So don't be deceived by the facades, by the, and you all know it, by the way. You all know how you fake yourselves on TikTok. It's a fact. With your filters and everything else, huh? You've learned how to manipulate the technology, and then you're posting it, and you're trying to show us, and it's not you. Just be yourself. Huh? There's nothing wrong with who you are. Huh? Look at your grandmothers. Do you see how beautiful and how elegant they look? With all the makeup you're putting up, by the time you reach that age, we'll not even recognize you because some hair will be pink, they'll be purple, and you'll still be putting it on to cover yourself. Huh? So, listen, if you're looking for a home beyond and in partnership with Corporate Career Academy, we have a home for you. We've got lots of young people that we use, and I'm very excited that today in this room, finally, I'm seeing a lot of men. I'm seeing the boy child, because the boy child is totally and absolutely neglected. It's a fact. It is a fact. We have purposely had some mentorship sessions only just for the boy child, so that they can also get a lot of the other opportunities that the girls and the women have also been getting. But then also, the man, you got to man up, okay? No, it's a fact. Let's say it as it is. You got to man up. And by the way, and I'll just say this very, very quickly. And so, if you're in this room and at home, even if you're in university or you're just about to finish and everything else, if at home your parents refer to you as mommy or daddy, you're the problem. You know yourselves. You're a problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, mine, as I conclude, is to say that you cannot accept anything less than global standard. And why? Because the world is here looking for you. So if the world is here looking for you, why are you yourself setting your standards to be down here? Why? Don't accept it. My interest is Kenya. My interest is you as a people. So I will always defend and always promote that we've got to get you all skilled in the right skills through all these programs, but not to work for them, to form corporations and companies that must go head on with them. Young man sitting over here, yes, you. I love the way you're dressed. And I'm charging you that for your generation, you're the man that's going to come up with a company that's going to outdo anything that we've ever done in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.